The following is a presentation of Biggs Media Services.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. And they all have one thing in common. Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard, that's optional. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So Mom's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
How's it going? I'm having a stroke. Are you going to shake my hand? I'm having a stroke. Wow, you're not even moving your arm. I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
The storks are bringing me a baby brother. We can do this together.
All right, let's go.
Storks know how to keep kids safe. Do you?
What?
Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't. Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No.
Making sure your child is in the right car seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
I will rock this. You will rock this.
To know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size, visit safercar.gov/the right seat.
Cool. Very cool.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
What exactly are we talking about?
Politics.
Sports.
Education.
We'll tell you anything you want to hear.
We talk, you listen.
Bigg's Golf Talk.
Well, here you all are, waiting to hear my broadcast. How very nice of you.
Bigg's Golf Talk.
America is talking and
yakety yak.
Blah, blah, blah.
It's all about talk.
A place for information, advice, golf news, golf reviews, and of course, golf humor.
Do you know who this is?
Bigg's Golf Talk.
Comes highly recommended. You're going to feel better if you talk to him.
That's the fact, Jack. Now we'll talk.
Biggs Golf Talk is presented by U.S. Golf Challenge with Tito's Vodka. Qualify for the King's Cup today by participating in a local qualifier near you. We'll have a couple local qualifiers around for you in just a moment. Biggs Golf Talk also sponsored in part by ShotScope. Data is power. OnCore Golf. Photo Ball Marker. McNally 22. UFO Tour Golf. Ready Putt. And Spider Divot Tools. Connect with Biggs Golf Talk on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, GolfBalled. Subscribe to Biggs Golf Talk on YouTube, iTunes. We're available in the Google Play Music Store, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and your Alexa devices. Enter our giveaways at www.biggsgolftalk.com, BIGGS golftalk.com. Absolutely free to enter the contest. So there's like I think we have 3 giveaways on the page right now for you to enter. Some great giveaways as well, including a tech rangefinder. What else, Billy, we got going on there?
We got all kinds of fun stuff. Big, what do you mean what we got? We got rangefinders. We have... What else did I enter? We got the flag. We need people to enter. Keep sending in those submissions for our flags.
Yes.
Because, we just announced...
Yes,
the veterans. Please send in those, and then we have the dozen golf balls.
Yes,
for a winner that's going to choose, and
we're
they're going
to
take
winners.
Whatever they want.
Yes,
yeah, and then the second place winner gets Biggs Golf Talk golf balls. Yeah. So I mean that's nothing that's needed. I almost want to go in second place. Yeah, limited edition, baby. Yes. And then we friction. Zero Friction is the other one, the glove with the GPS.
Yes, the website for that is www.biggsgolftalk.com. He is the GolfFather, Bill Cuebas. She is the Golf Diva, Amanda Robertson. I am Bigg Jon Vick. Welcome into the show, everybody. We hope everybody's having a great week and having a good golf week and having some fun playing some golf. And we have a great show for you today. And today on the show, Discover Puerto Rico is going to be on the show. And, man, Billy, you are a Boricua. And I tell you what, man. I love Puerto Rico. Been there, Ponce, yes. And I'll tell you, they got some great golf courses for people to to explore, and we're going to have a guest on to talk about that.
Yes, it's going to be a great segment. I'm looking forward to learning more. I believe they have like 17 golf courses out there, and they're doing a lot to discover Puerto Rico, and I'm interested to find out what the new initiatives are.
Absolutely. Dave Schultz from Nextlinks, a new venture for him. He's going to be on the show to talk about that. Alex Flores, Executive Vice President, General Manager of GolfShot, one of the sponsors for the OnCore Golf Sweepstakes, legendary sweepstakes. They're going to be on the show to talk about their app and what they have going on with them as well. Amanda, how are you, and how was your week, ma'am?
Everything's going well. Grinding away, doing the golf life, doing the backswing life.
Absolutely.
But things are good.
Now, you're actually going to be participating in Q School this year. Decided to do it one more season and go to Q School and get your status, huh?
I did, against popular belief, as I was not going to participate this year. I just decided that if I want to play any Monday qualifiers, probably part of me is just hanging on to it a little bit too. But I decided to give Q School one more run, and just so I can have status going into next year. So,
absolutely. Billy, how are you, my friend? How was your week?
It was long but good. Still working on my project with Mr. Randy Miller, and we got a lot of good stuff going on. I got a couple things that I'm reviewing now, so it's good. I'm looking forward to golfing later on today and Sunday, so it's a good thing.
I want to send a special thank you out to Gary Badum, who filled in for me as a sub last Thursday in my golf league and won me 2 points. Thank you, Gary. Keeping me on track. Yes, the chase for the championship is continuing. This week I returned back to competition, and it was a pretty busy week for me. 14 hours Thursday, 14 hours Friday, 15 hours Saturday, and 14 more hours Sunday.
Oh, my goodness.
On the baseball field. I'm really dark right now, and I'm just, I'm cooked. I am, still recovering, but thank you very much for Gary for filling in for me and getting those points and keeping me in the chase for the championship. So I appreciate that. Wanted to send that out to you. I'm looking forward to getting back on the golf course myself, have a little fun. Now, in the beginning, we talked about the U.S. Golf Challenge. As you all know, our next live event will be the 36-hole major, Grand Geneva National. Billy, we are certainly looking forward to being in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, being a part of that 36-hole major. $500 for a team of two. That's $250 per guy for 36 holes, and all the partying and all the swag that you guys are going to get. That is a steal, Billy.
Oh, my God. It is a steal. We've been to some of those parties, so I've seen some people drink more than that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it's going to be something. It's going to be really, really cool. I'm excited, to be there. I'm excited for the live show. They got a lot of stuff going on. Natty Gilbis is going to be there with her partner doing their show as well. So it's a big event. It's not a small event. It's a big event, and I'm glad that the BiGGs Golf Talk is going to get to be part of it.
Absolutely. Now, along with that, there are other local qualifiers around the country for you to participate in to qualify to represent Team USA for the International Kings Cup. Billy has that list of local qualifiers, and now with that list is Bill, the GolfFather Cuebas.
Yes. First up, preview the Legends of Moreland Golf Course, Myrtle Beach. It closes just tonight, this evening, July 27th at 11:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the event's third in Myrtle Beach. The next one is, forgive me if I say it wrong, Itasca Golf and Country Club. The qualifier is in Illinois. It closes on the 29th. Illinois, baby. I don't even know what Itasca is, but it sounds like a great event. It's in Illinois. It takes place on August 5th, and it closes on July 29th, 11:59 p.m. Then we have Belterra Golf and Country Club qualifier in Florence, Indiana. That's open until August 1st, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then next up after that, we have the Chalet Hills Golf Country Qualifier in Illinois. That's August 10th, and it closes on August 4th at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. Then, of course, we're off to Wild Dunes Harbor Qualifier in South Carolina. That closes on August 4th, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the event itself takes place August 11th. Then that's when we're going to be appearing at Tito's 36-hole major in Geneva National Resort, Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. That goes August 17th through the 18th, like we discussed previously, and closes on August 3rd, 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. And the last post for this week is the 2019 United States Golf Challenge. It's the national championship at Legends Resort in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And I believe we will be there as well. September 12th through the 14th, 2019. That closes August 25th, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that is all the open qualifiers for the United States Golf Challenge. Make sure you get yours in. We'd love to see you at that Tito's 36-hole major. And, of course, you win. We'll see you at that national championship.
To register for those local qualifiers, head over to usgolfchallenge.com, usgolfchallenge.com, or biggsgolftalk.com. So there you go. Now, I want to talk about something real quick before we head into On Par with Amanda. Amanda, I have to say, your boy's at it again. Sergio Garcia. Did you?
Oh, yeah. No.
Did you see it?
I did catch a little glimpse, but I haven't got to chat about it or anything.
Well, Sergio Garcia, for those that haven't seen it, threw his driver at his caddy.
Huh?
Yep.
I didn't see it. Oh, man.
It's on our Twitter feed, a video of Sergio Garcia throwing his driver at his caddy as he walks off the tee box at the British Open.
Yep.
I got to tell you, man, if I'm that caddy, I'm dropping the hell out of that bag and say, here you go, bud. You're on your own.
100%. I'm walking off.
I would have probably thrown the driver back at him.
Oh, my God. It's dangerous. B, it's disrespectful.
Super disrespectful.
Also, are you 5? Like, I don't understand why he has no control over any of his actions. Like, I don't understand.
Because he has money.
Now, I understand that the PGA Tour, I don't know if they have any control over this type of disciplinary action because this is not a PGA Tour event, but something has got to be done with Sergio Garcia.
Yeah, he's out of control. And I would not care if he was no longer allowed to play on tour.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people wouldn't care.
No. And the thing is, it's sad for the game. And the only time that he had a brief period in from what we would see or what we could recognize on tour is when he was courting his girlfriend, and then he had his baby girl. Everybody loved him. Everybody was this. He seemed so peaceful. And then, what, a year and a half, 2 years later, he just goes back. Yep. And that just, people, you want people to change. And, look at him. He can't help it. It's like, was it just the facade that he did? And now we're seeing his true colors back again. And it's disappointing because kids are watching. And I think that's the worst part because we know kids are watching and they look up to the players.
Yeah.
Right. And I think if you saw the video, so like he hits this drive. And then you know how, like, because they're walking, you take off walking, and a lot of times, like, I'll hold my driver in my hand until either my caddy catches up to me or, like, I don't walk back over to my caddy to give him the club. We just walk. Yeah. And so in the video, you kind of think Sergio's just walking with his driver, and he never even turns around and looks at the caddy, and he just chucks it backwards. And the caddy kind of dodges the driver, and I just don't know how you could be so disrespectful to someone who is out there solely to help you and to be there for you.
Yeah. I would have dropped that bag right down that tee box, and I would have been gone.
Oh, my God.
No, definitely not cool.
Livid.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not a cool move. Not on his part. Not at all.
We'd love to hear from you. What should be done with Sergio Garcia? Email us.
Get him out of there.
BiggsGolfTalk@gmail.com. We have Amanda's suggestion. BiggsGolfTalk@gmail.com. What do you think should happen to Sergio Garcia? All right. Or sound off on our social media. Love to hear from you on social media as well. What do you think should be done with Sergio Garcia? We'll put a post up as well. All right. Let's get on with the show. We got to take our first break. Coming up next, On Par with Amanda. Woot woot! We'll be right back right after this.
The United States Golf Challenge, sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka, is in its 5th season of identifying the best two-person amateur teams in the country. 8 teams and 4 flights in 2 age divisions represent Team USA in a Ryder Cup-style competition with their international counterparts in the King's Cup. We're looking for amateur golfers like you. The King's Cup is played in honor of golf's greatest ambassador, Mr. Arnold Palmer, whose honesty, integrity, sportsmanship, and commitment to excellence represent the ideals for which the game of golf is known. The road to the King's Cup begins with a local qualifier. Over 100 local qualifiers will be conducted throughout the U.S. beginning in February. By finishing in the top 30% of their local qualifier, teams earn their way into the USGC King's Cup National Qualifier. The USGC is also looking for golf courses to host qualifiers. For information or to search for a local qualifier, the USGC website is www.usgolfchallenge.com.
This is a commercial for golfers. Take the next step to improving your game with ShotScope and discover your strengths and weaknesses. Analyze statistics on your clubs, tee shots, approaches, short game, and putting. ShotScope V2 is the golf watch that combines GPS distances with automatic performance tracking. Once you have it, you won't want to play around without it. Check out ShotScope.com to take your game to the next level.
It's time for commentary, opinion, and controversy. On Par with Amanda. And here's the golf diva, Amanda Robertson.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Bigg's Golf Talk. You are listening to On Par with Amanda. That's me. So I want to dive right in this week and give a huge congratulations for last week's win by Shane Lowry for the Open. He had a substantial lead. He was able to seal the deal, which is not an easy task. Not to mention, it's a huge event. It's a major. It's something that he has been hoping for and working toward, and his game is just looking really great. And especially on the last day, being able to kind of finalize what you started is such a big feat in a golfer's world. A lot of people don't understand, but Sunday is, if you can pull it together and keep your nerves in check, that is something that is huge. So hats off to you, Shane, and it was just a pleasure to watch your golf for the 4 days, and we wish you all the best moving forward. With that said, I would love to jump right in this week. So I want to talk about an extra club that a lot of people don't take into consideration out on the golf course for professional golfers and even those amateurs that use this, and that is your caddy. We always call a caddy a 15th club, but really they're more than that. And I'm very passionate, and I guess just I have such a strong emotion towards my caddy or my caddies because they are people that are on my bag, one, for a reason, because I have some type of great relationship that they keep me in check, but two, they don't have to say much for me to automatically feel calmer, to keep me in the moment of what I'm doing. And this is something that I think a lot of people overlook. Now, I want to start off by saying, for those of you that saw Sergio's fit of rage towards his caddy, it wasn't really directed at his caddy per se. And maybe it was in a way, but it was more of he was mad, he hit a bad drive, and he chucked his driver at his caddy as he was walking off the tee. And it wasn't, like I said, so much. He was just mad. Do I think that's okay? No. I think that he has a huge temper problem. But the problem that I also see with it is that that's the start of a hole and kind of start of a golf round, you're going to treat your caddy like the help. And the problem is this is someone that is getting you around the golf course and through the round as even keel as you can be. So a caddy means everything. And a lot of people ask me, I get this question all the time, how much does a caddy help? How many strokes does a caddy save on your game? Now, there are different types of caddies out there. So you have the resort caddies that when you go to a nice club when you're traveling and you roll up and you get either a caddy that carries your clubs and they are going to walk with you and be with you and give you yardages and give you, or you have a 4 caddy, and a 4 caddy, he'll help you and get you yardages, but he always runs ahead. So he'll give you targets to shoot at. He will make sure that, the bunkers are raked and everything, but he's always looking ahead of your group. So he's watching, collecting golf balls and so forth. So for me, those caddies for rounds, I think they are very helpful for course knowledge purposes. So if you're someone that you're playing at a completely different club that you've never played at, that alone, the course knowledge can knock off or cost you 5 strokes a lot of times. So you didn't know a bunker was there. You didn't know you could reach that water hazard. You didn't know the green sloped off severe and you couldn't tell from the fairway. So like all of these little things are huge, and that's why caddies are important. So now take that up a notch to the tour. Professional caddies are, I guess, overlooked a lot of times by the amateur golfers, I would say, more than, obviously they get why they're there, but a lot of amateur players want to know really how much of a difference does a caddy make. And coming from my experience, and everyone might feel differently, but I really feel that a caddy can make or break your golf round. So I've done the show up to the course, you need a caddy day of from the caddy master. He provides you with someone and it's just not a good fit. And as a professional golfer, because this is something you're doing to make a living and it is a job, it's a business transaction. So if that caddy is not a good fit from the beginning, it would behoove you to let that person go and say, you know what, I got it from here, or I need a different caddy. We just don't click. So personality is everything. So for Shane, this is a great example of why caddies are so important. So Shane made a comment about how nervous and how scared he was out on the course. And this was the quote that he he had spoke about just right after his win. He said, speaking about Bo Martin, which is his caddy, and he said, he kept on my back, kept talking to me, and kept in my ear all day. I kept telling him how nervous I was, how scared I was, and how much I didn't want to mess it up. So we're human, right? And we're out on the golf course, and we're nervous, and we're playing in one of the biggest golf tournaments all year. So can you imagine being out there alone and not having someone to feed energy off of, to say, hey, I'm nervous. Hey, I'm scared. Hey, I don't want to mess this up. Well, Bo, being the great caddy that he is, he just kept talking right back. He would say, okay, well, let's focus. And I think the biggest key element of a great caddy, and I think you could ask any caddy on the face of this earth and they will tell you the same thing. What makes the greatest caddy ever? And that is being able to keep your player in the moment, in the current moment that you are in, hitting the shot that you are standing over, not worrying about what happened last hole, not worrying about what might happen next hole. And it can go both ways. So a lot of times as players, we think about the bad shots that we've hit. It's a defense mechanism. We always kind of default to, oh my gosh, I hit it in the water on hole 3. I don't want to do that with this club again. Or those are the things that we have to stay away from. So having a caddy is huge, because those caddies are going to say, okay, you're going to hit 3-iron. We're going to cover the green. They make you feel really sure of yourself. So they're giving you yardages, not only to the pin, but to carry certain things. So when I'm standing over a shot and we're discussing it, my caddy says, okay, you have 182 yards to the pin. It's 164 to the front edge, and it's 157 to carry the bunker front right. So you have plenty of club here. You can be extra aggressive. You have a little backstop behind the pin. We're going to come in with a hybrid, and we're going to love it. Well, that was all such positive talk, and a caddy speaking in positive language, absolutely great. A caddy speaking in negative language would be something like this. If I'm setting up the hole, so if I'm going to describe a golf hole in a positive and a negative light, this is how it might sound as a caddy. Positive would be, all right, so we have 357 yards to the hole. We want to favor the right center of this fairway off the tee, so that way we can have a good approach shot into the green. This pin is tucked back, so we're going to have a great angle in and give ourselves plenty of room, so that way when we land on the green, we have a nice putt for birdie and we tap in. Negative, same hole, same golf hole, but he's going to say, all right, so we want to make sure we stay away from that left side, because the left side hazard is not where you want to be. So off the tee, I really need you to favor that right, because it's dead over to the left. And then if we miss, we can't be on that left side because we can't get to that back pin. It's a really tough pin, and we don't have much room to work with, so we're going to have to make sure that we come in from a right angle. So I've now described the same golf hole, but in two different lights. And as a caddy, it's really important to keep your player in the moment and keep them feeling positive and sure of themselves. So keeping players in the moment is huge. And I think a lot of times we as players, if we're playing well, we already think about the next 3 birdies we might be making. But you need to stay in the moment. You need to not worry about the birdie you're making next hole. Focus on what you're doing right now on this hole to accomplish and make birdie. So there's a lot of elements to a caddy. And no, they don't just give you yardages. You know, they're kind of your rock out there. So there's no worse feeling than being alone on a golf course and hitting a poor golf shot. So, quick story, I was in the Michigan Women's Open, and it was really my second year playing professional golf, but I had always had a caddy. My dad caddied for me, and so I started traveling, and there were the Michigan Women's Open. I did not have a caddy, and I said, I can do this one on my own. I'll be fine. So off the first tee, I pipe drive down there, and I'm a pitching wedge out from the green. I murder this drive off the first tee. Well, I stand over my pitching wedge, and I was nervous. Adrenaline was pumping. I get a little movie with my body, and I shank a pitching wedge. Well, immediately, I have no one to turn to say, okay, let's go find it, and we'll fix it. We'll hit it again, whatever. There was none of that. It was, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed that I just shanked it. I'm now so nervous to hit my next shot, and I have no one to keep me calm and reel me back in. So I really do believe caddies are undervalued because they offer much more than just giving you a yardage or picking a golf club for you. So these players are reliant on great, solid relationships. You have to have a good relationship with your caddy. I also played, and I spoke about this, I think, on Par a couple weeks ago about the treacherous player that I got paired with in a golf tournament. That was a day that I had to play well that last day to make a paycheck. I had to. And that was the day I got paired with Miss Wonderful. So her being so dysfunctional, my caddy did an amazing job all day keeping me right in the moment. This is where you need to be. We're not focusing on her. You're playing well. Let's stay in our lane. Stay in your zone and let's focus. So I want to hear what you guys have to say. I want to know what you guys think about caddies. I want to hear some of your experiences with not only whether it's a professional caddy or a resort caddy, or maybe you were on vacation and had have a terrible horror story about caddies, or maybe you have a caddy that every time you travel to this particular place, you request him because he's so great. I have a lot of friends that are in the caddying business, and they're awesome. And they work so hard, and they're taking care of everyone, whether it's members, whether it's, traveling golfers, whether it's professional golfers. They work their butts off. So we commend you, caddies. And Bo Martin, you are the man. You kept Shane right in his lane all day, and we are excited to see what more you can accomplish with Shane. So write into biggsgolftalk@gmail.com. It's BIGGS. Make sure you get double G's in there. Then you can reach out to me on my Instagram. It's Robertson Golf. I would love to hear from you. Slide on into my DMs and let me know what you're thinking. Let's chat. I would love to talk and hear your opinions. And you can get featured on next week's On Par with Amanda if you give me a juicy enough comment. So let's talk and hear what you have to say. And until next time, keep swinging for par.
That was a great segment by Amanda Robertson. Keep swinging for par, people. Keep swinging for par. On Par with Amanda, sponsored by Backswing Golf Events. Listen, folks, if you're looking for classy ladies to come and raise money for your event or your charity, as a matter of fact, BackswingGolfEvents.com is the only place you need to go to and book these lovely ladies for your event to raise money and entertain the golfers in your event. Backswing Golf Events is the place for your event today.
Having a corporate or charity golf event? Backswing Golf Events can supply your tournament with personable, professional golfers to entertain and fundraise on the golf course. They can accommodate any size group, whether it be 3 players to 500. They are your team. From range lessons, Beat the Pro, and Pro-Am style roaming, they're making lasting memories one swing at a time. So make sure to check out BackswingGolfEvents.com or call us direct at 661-316-3093 and book your pros now.
In the folded flag, we see the heavy price of freedom. Nearly 9 out of 10 dependents of America's fallen and disabled soldiers do not qualify for federal scholarship assistance. The Folds of Honor closes that gap, already providing over 10,000 scholarships. Join us in this noble mission. Donate today at foldsofhonor.org. This is your call to duty.
Golf is a dirty game. It's time to clean it up with Ready Pot, the only putter cover with a built-in ball cleaner and magnetic surface. Clean balls roll accurately, meaning you make more putts. Sink more, swear less. Clean up your game with Ready Pot.
This is the Golf Live Report. I'm Travis Harper. Every so often, Golf Live heads out on the PGA Tour for advice and to gain insight that might help your game. Every event is unique, but a major is something totally different. We went out to the PGA Championship, an event that is spectacular on a grand scale, hosted by great venues like Bethpage State Park Golf Course in Long Island.
I think having the PGA move to May, it's interesting now we have all 4 majors 1 month apart. It really changes the kind of the scope of the players and kind of on their preparation. And the PGA has always been one of the 4 majors, and to be honest with you, whether it's the 2nd major of the year or the 4th major of the year, it's still the history behind it, and having it as a major is it's just one of the best events that you could possibly play in.
It's a whole new sort of tournament because now we're playing in 50 to 60 degree weather instead of the 90 degree weather. It's a little bit more challenging, and of course when you play on a venue like Bethpage in 50 to 60 degree weather, when it's been raining, it makes it even more challenging. So to have the major closer to the front end of the season makes a lot of sense for the whole golf world.
Just the venue itself, with areas like the 60,000 square foot PGA merchandise tent as you enter the tournament, provides golf fans a unique experience. Then there's the massive media center with historical tributes to those who have dedicated themselves to our game. The PGA of America does it with class and style. And then there's the PGA Tour players themselves. This major creates a different perspective for the fans on practice rounds.
Go Tiger! Tiger!
To the early round media interviews with the reigning champion and of course Tiger's press conference. Everything is ratcheted up during this major for the players. The attention provided by their tour staff with every detail is a highlighted focus on the range. Unlike other tour events, most of the players are with their golf coach during majors. These coaches are PGA members in their own right, dedicated to teaching the game and working with the players to make sure they're finely tuned to compete.
I'm a PGA member for 25 years, so it's important to me because it's my championship for the tour guys. And there's a group of club professionals here too.
The past PGA Championship winners are provided access to play and compete on their own terms, alongside PGA members who qualified to compete in the event. For those working PGA professionals who do qualify to compete in the event, the experience is like no other, especially when you make the cut and finish as a low club professional.
The PGA Tour players are the guys that the people want to come and see, and the club pros are the ones that grow the game every day. We're lucky enough to have 20 spots in our championship, so you can showcase some of the greatest PGA professionals in this tournament as well. And I enjoy being a PGA professional because I like to teach and coach and run the operation and also play at a high level.
PGA Tour is the tour players, it's the theater of the game and the entertainment of the game, but the PGA pros are the ones who are out there working every day. They're building programs, they're running the clubs, they're doing lessons. So they're the workhorse behind the professional golfers of America. So it's a great organization and something that I've been proud to be a member of and for many, many years. I became a PGA member because of the PGA Professional Championship and the PGA Championship. To have an opportunity to play in a major, that's why I became a PGA Pro. Everything else just kind of falls into place from there. Teaching, coaching, just having a lot of fun with the game. But this is the grand stage right here.
The history and importance of the PGA Championship is something to experience. If you're ever given a chance to attend a major in May, don't miss the next PGA coming to an awesome venue near you.
As always, for the best video golf tips, gear reviews, course and travel features, and PGA player profiles, check out GolfLife.com or follow us on Facebook.com/GolfLife or on Instagram @GolfLifeTV. I'm Travis Harper, and that is this week's Golf Life Report.
A golf ball that performs for you. The OnCore Avant 55, hot off the tee, a formulated core that delivers more energy and utilizes soft cell technology to achieve ultra-low 55 compression. This blend of innovation and simplicity provides more distance and greater feel. The caliber, maximum accuracy. A patent hollow metal core creates significant rifle spin while reducing side spin, allowing the ball to travel along a straighter trajectory. The OnCore Elixir Tour Ball, hot list winner. The premium cast urethane cover delivers a soft and pure feel off the club face and gives the Elixir ultimate green side control, durability, and unmatched putting performance. Be sure to check out their combo packages and sign up for the loyalty program. Gift cards are also available. For more information, their website is www.oncoregolf.com. And be more with OnCore.
Golf Dots is a unique, high-resolution ink transfer to personalize your golf game. Golf balls, golf shoes, clubs, Golf Dots can personalize it for you. Golf Dots conforms to USGA rules and doesn't alter the trajectory of your golf ball. Tour proven on all major tours, Golf Dots is designed and made in America. Many styles to choose from that will fit every golfer's personality. New styles are being released on a regular basis. To order your Golf Dots, visit www.golfdots.com and enter promo code BiggJon15. That's Bigg Jon, BiGGJON 15 for a discount on your Golf Dots. Golf Dots is available in many golf shops, such as the PGA Tour Superstore. The website for Golf Dots is www.golfdots.com. That is golf.dots.com or call 847-829-4238. Personalize your golf game today with Golf Dots.
Welcome back to Bigg's Golf Talk right here on Native Family Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and your Alexa devices as we tee off on hole number 9. Bigg Jon Vick along with the GolfFather Bill Cuebas, Amanda Robertson having a day off. She sent her segment into us earlier, as you heard just a few minutes ago. You know, I got to tell you, Billy, you're a Boricua, meaning you're a Puerto Rican from native. You know, that's your heritage, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have been to Puerto Rico. I've been to Ponce, Puerto Rico, umpired baseball out there for a few months. And Puerto Rico is a beautiful, beautiful island. I mean, there's many great destinations, including golf courses in Puerto Rico. Back a few years ago, Hurricane Maria really devastated the island and nearly destroyed it. Well, it's coming back. It's ready for tourists. It's ready for golfers to visit Puerto Rico. And that's what we're going to talk about in this segment. Discover Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico's first ever destination marketing organization, announced that it has expanded the golf niche, services to be designed and executed out there for Puerto Rico. Discover Puerto Rico retained DSPR in 2018 to perform a strategic audit of the island's destination golf product. It revealed an abundance of courses, 17 in total, and resorts, collectively offering an array of designs, locations, course types, and price points, but lacking strategic brand and marketing consistency. That is what destination marketing organization is going to help and subsequently retain DSPR for several projects. Puerto Rico's history: tropical climate, natural scenery, traditional cuisine, beaches, and its gorgeous, gorgeous islands make it a destination for travelers around the world. It particularly appeals to Americans who can take direct flights from many cities without needing a passport to visit. Joining us here on Bigg's Golf Talk, he's the Director of Creative Strategy. Jean-Paul Polo is joining us right now. Jean-Paul, welcome to Bigg's Golf Talk, my friend.
Thank you for having me, and you guys can call me JP.
JP.
Awesome.
All right.
I like that.
Puerto Rico is in full force trying to get the tourists to come out there. You're a passionate golfer. You're very passionate. You're native to Puerto Rico, and it's really coming back, isn't it?
It really is. I'm very proud of the work that Discover Puerto Rico is doing. We're just barely a year old, and it's the first time that Puerto Rico has a destination marketing organization, and it's a big step to help Puerto Rico reach the potential that it has as a tourist destination. And now more than ever, after Hurricane Maria, we needed that push. The people of Puerto Rico needed that push, and the businesses here needed that push. And the destination marketing organization decided to go full force. And we've been doing a magnificent job of promoting Puerto Rico. But the only way that we're able to do that is with the people actually being able to put those businesses back, to have those golf courses come back. And they're the ones who are putting the great product that we're able to market. So it's not only the destination marketing organization, it's the people of Puerto Rico that have made this one of the biggest comeback stories in tourism.
Yeah, I got to tell you, the residents of Puerto Rico have really impressed me because, after that hurricane, everyone, and you know what? I think the mainland can learn from the people of Puerto Rico. Seriously. Mm-hmm. Because, Billy, you see everyone, our brothers and sisters on one island, and everyone is working at the same goal, is to bring that island back to what it was.
Yeah.
It was certainly a gorgeous island before Hurricane Maria hit, and I've had friends that have been there since the resurgence and coming back, and it's really getting back to where it is. But it's the people that make that island.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, we don't lose our heritage.
Right.
And, we when we had the hurricane, it impacted us here a lot because we have a lot of us still have family members there. And, even in Tampa, we had a big initiative. One of my friends runs a big plumbing and AC company. We had trailers of food and everything gathered and to support the country and bring it back. And I always thought that, people are traveling all over the place, and yet we have Puerto Rico, which is part of the United States. It's beautiful. It has so much to offer, and people were bypassing it and taking it, it's there, it's Puerto Rico. But they have so much. 17 golf courses. I didn't even know they had 17 golf courses. But my friends have gone there, and it was like, let's go golf, and they love the golf courses. Where can you get a bad view there?
Right.
You know what I mean? Think about it. It's an island. There's so much to do there on the island, right there, right on the resorts. And I'm glad because with this a new initiative, something that is long overdue. I think Puerto Rico is going to not only benefit from the United States. I mean, I think I'm looking at other countries going there and making this a beautiful golf destination stop.
So, JP, let me ask you this: what type of golf courses? 17 golf courses. What type of golf courses can the tourist expect when they go to Puerto Rico?
Well, that's actually a great question. It's a funny thing about Puerto Rico. You're looking at an island approximately 100 miles long, 35 miles wide. So you're able to go from coast to coast in, approximately 2.5 hours. And within that geographical terrain, you've got 17 golf courses, but you've got a variety of layouts. You've got Greg Norman designs. You've got Robert Trent Jones Jr. design. You've got a Tump Kite design. So you really have a diverse array of golf courses. You've got golf courses like Dorado Beach, which are just historical golf courses where you had PGA Champions Tour play back here in the 1980s. You had the Shell wonderful World of Golf take place there in a great match between Chichi and Lee Trevino. And then you've got golf courses like Royal Isabella, which is a fairly new golf course, a little bit over 10 years old, and it's a very links-style golf course. You go to that golf course, you sit on one of those cliffs, and you think you're in Ireland playing the British Open and having Shane Lowry just win it. It's magnificent, the diversity of golf courses that you can have in Puerto Rico and different playing styles.
I'll tell you, Billy, I'm on the site right now at discoverpuertorico.com and looking at these the pictures of the golf courses and the views. The blue ocean are surrounding around the golf courses. The beautiful palm trees just lining the fairways. This is certainly something that Bigg's Golf Talk certainly could get behind and say, you know what, this is some. I could see Bigg's Golf Talk going to some of these golf courses in Puerto Rico and doing live shows. And JP, maybe you could hook that up, bud.
I'm definitely going to try.
I'm there. They had me at Piragua. I saw that's the first thing that popped up was the Piragua on Discover Puerto Rico. I haven't had a Piragua since I left New York, so it's far and few between. But they look so good. I could go for a coconut one right now. So definitely got to get out there, Biggs.
I mean, golf courses like Royal Isabella and Punta Borriquen. I mean, these are just, two great golf courses right here. I'm looking at it right now on the website. Folks, this is, you know what? I'm going to say it right now. This is my number one bucket list right here. This has just moved into the number one bucket list to visit some of these golf courses in Puerto Rico. I am seeing this on the website at discoverpuertorico.com. And, the pictures, I am sure JP can't do this enough justice.
No, it really can. I've been blessed to be able to go to all these golf courses to shoot video, to do photography work. And it's just incredible to be. Once you're there, it's breathtaking. It's spiritual. There's golf courses like Rio Mar, where it's sitting at the base of El Yunque, which is the only rainforest in North America. And you're sitting right there at the base, and in one end you've got the ocean course, looking at the Atlantic Ocean, palm trees, and then you've got the river course, which runs from the river coming down from the rainforest in El Yunque. So you can play 2 great rounds that day and then jump on a car. 10 minutes later, you're in the rainforest in a waterfall, soaking it in and having, the best time of your life. So it's really a magical place. I'm glad that I was able to come back to Puerto Rico. I was living 7 years in Washington, D.C., and after the hurricane, somebody called me up and said, hey, we've got this great opportunity in Discover Puerto Rico for you to run the creative strategy. And I have a 2-year-old. And I was like, you know what? I want to go back to my island. I want to be able to do something for the recovery. And now that I'm here, I'm like, why did I ever leave? Right. So I'm extremely happy to be back and be able to give justice to these magnificent golf courses, but especially to the whole island.
And Biggs, not for nothing. He opened up a good point. A lot of golfers, we all want to go somewhere where it's family orientated.
Yes.
And while it's perfect. Your significant other that doesn't golf, they can go with the kids. There's plenty of stuff to do. Like he said, you want to go to the rainforest, the golf courses, the beaches, everything. There's so much, that they can do on this island that people don't realize what it really has to offer. And it amazes me the lack of knowledge that people have of what's there. I mean, who knew that there was a rainforest? Besides the people that are going to be listening now. Nobody would know that. Nobody has that kind of knowledge. Okay, PR, Puerto Rico. Everybody, the first thing that comes into mind is San Juan. That's it. That's the name that's focused on. But this initiative is going to get you to the entire island. Because the island has...
Ponce is a part that I've been to. Beautiful. I want to go back. I want to visit the people I stayed with for those 3 months, and I don't know if they're still there. But, man, I tell you, I mean, you're right. San Juan is just not the only place in Puerto Rico. So it's not San Juan, and then it's done in Puerto Rico. Many different places and many different areas around Puerto Rico.
The historical value that it has is incredible, and that's what people don't see. I mean, you got the forts there. You know, my friend served in the military there as well. So there's a lot that it has to offer, a lot to explore, a lot of history that would benefit a lot of people.
I mean, you guys bring two great points, and I think being the father of a child, a lot of people when they're in the States, they're looking to do something different. They want to do something that feels a little bit more international. Well, Puerto Rico is that place. You don't need a passport, so if you've got kids and they don't have a passport yet, you can jump on a plane, get down here, and you're going to be able to have great golf courses and then just diversity of activities. One thing that I didn't mention besides the rainforest, something that's really unique to Puerto Rico, we've got 3 out of the 5 bioluminescent bays in the world. And that is something that I don't care how old you are or how young you are, when you get on that boat and that bioluminescent bay lights up and you see the fish flying by, it's just magical. It's incredible. It's really why they call us the Island of Enchantment. It is enchanting.
Wow. Something else I want to bring up. I mean, I've been to both Puerto Rico, I've been to the Bahamas, I've been to Jamaica. Do you want to know where I prefer to go to out of those 3? Puerto Rico.
I know.
JP, I'll tell you why. Because you mentioned something. I don't have to worry about getting passports. That's $100 and something per person to get a passport. That you can certainly save that money and spend it in Puerto Rico on souvenirs, on golf, on Ponce Golf and Casino Resort. Bet some money, win some money. I mean, it just so many great things and so many great places. And I haven't even explored the whole island of Puerto Rico, and I want to.
No.
And, and I hope someday I get back there to do that. But something else we want to talk about. There is something in Puerto Rico that you cannot get anywhere else. I don't care if you go to a neighborhood that is significantly a Puerto Rican neighborhood. You will not get authentic Puerto Rican cuisine unless you go to Puerto Rico, and I found that out. I mean, I lived in JP. I don't know if you've ever been to Illinois or Chicago area, but I lived in a predominantly Spanish neighborhood, and in certain areas were all Puerto Rican, right? And they had Puerto Rican restaurants, and they always advertise authentic cuisine, But it was until I got to Ponce and I had homemade food cooked in Ponce, Puerto Rico. Oh my God, it is to die for. It really, really is.
I'm glad you bring that up because I'm getting ready to go to lunch right now, and the food in Puerto Rico is spectacular. And the reason it's spectacular is because Puerto Rico is a mix of Taino, it's a mix of African, it's a mix of Spanish, and then we've got the American influence. So when you look at the cuisine in Puerto Rico, the flavors are incredible. We've got the magnificent ingredients that you can only find in Puerto Rico, and they're only fresh in Puerto Rico. So you might go to an authentic quote-unquote restaurant in Chicago, and they might make great food. But once you come down here and you taste that made by like the abuelita in one of the chinchorros in Luquillo, you're not gonna want to go back. The food in Puerto Rico, the rice and beans, the mofongo, the fried fresh chillo, which is the red snapper. It's incredible being able to taste that. It's a very Creole cuisine.
Yes.
With a lot of local ingredients, a lot of root vegetables that really make it a spectacular cuisine to taste, not only once, but to taste it for a lifetime.
Yes.
And you know what, Biggs?
Yes.
There's one thing that, because, my grandparents are from Puerto Rico, and so there's a lot of history. We used to, every, Thanksgiving and Christmas, family-wise, and I mean everybody, would get together and start making patele. But my grandmother used to buy these frozen banana leaves.
Yes.
And until you have a fresh banana leaf,
yeah,
that frozen thing does not work. You know what I mean? So there is a difference. Having the ingredients right there. So, yeah, it's authentic because I make patela every year by myself. I don't care. I try to make every year. I still make them. They are not the same. You know, it got to a point where I don't even use the leaves because frozen, it doesn't work for me, man. After you have the original ones with real banana leaves and all the fresh ingredients, yeah, it's tough, man. It's such authentic flavor when you get it fresh and from the island than when you get it here.
Absolutely. Take it from somebody that was born and raised on the main island. Puerto Rico is definitely a destination if you've never been to, that a place that you really must put on your must destination visit list, especially if you're a golfer. This is a place, I mean, you are 17 golf courses. You have an array of choices to golf, and every single one of those golf courses. Now, when I was there, I only seen 2, but
yeah,
I could imagine, JP, every single golf courses has its own unique layout. Am I right?
It's completely right. This past week, I had the chance to go to Royal Isabella to do some drone shots over there. And again, it just looks like Ireland. And then I had the chance to go to Cocoa Beach, which is where we have the yearly PGA Tour event down here. And I'm a member at that course. And it's just really mind-blowing that you're able to see those unique layouts in such a short geographical area.
I got 2 minutes here. 2 minutes here, JP. What would you finally like to say to the listeners out there when it comes to destination Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico is a place that I think a lot of people don't hear about a lot. We're changing that. We're changing making sure that people know about Puerto Rico, know what we offer. But when we talk about the people of Puerto Rico, I think the key is when you land, I can guarantee you that you're going to feel at home. People here are very friendly. They're very inviting. Once they get to meet you, they want you to invite you to their houses. They want to take you out dancing, and it's something very unique about Puerto Ricans. That attitude towards life. It's what made us be able to get back from Hurricane Maria, has us where we are, and it's the reason people come to Puerto Rico and fall in love.
JP, thank you so much for visiting with us here on BiGGs Golf Talk and talking about Puerto Rico. This is a long time coming that we need to get this information out there, and we certainly hope our listeners will take advantage of Discover Puerto Rico. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having us, and have a great next round when you gather out in the links.
Billy,
all right, thank you.
Billy, one thing that I want to touch on is the people again, because when I was out there, so friendly. I mean, if you visit somebody's home out there, no matter what it is, they always welcome you with open arms and smiling and cheerful. And, when I was out there, it's always when I was sitting down, food in front of me, the cuisine, the scenery, and now, the resurgence of the golf courses and everything else. Certainly, I highly recommend, and I speak for you when I say this, we really recommend people putting that on their must-destination list.
Absolutely. It's a very affordable trip. It really is. If you look at it, what it costs to go other places, you can really, visit
no
part of the United States. No,
and you feel like
you don't need that.
Yeah, I mean, you'll definitely. I got to tell you, you'll feel like you're in the Bahamas. You'll feel like you're in Cancun. You'll feel like you're in Jamaica. Yeah. I mean, to me, just friendlier people. And
it's there.
It's there.
And close.
Yes.
Hop, skip, and a jump away, man. It's a couple hours away, and it's a beautiful place, man. It's a paradise.
Website is discoverpuertorico.com. Head on over there and check it out. Speaking of hop, skip, and a jump, Billy and I are going to hop, skip, and a jump over to the 10th tee as we start hour number 2 right here on BiGGs Golf Talk. We'll be right back right after this.
Hello, Kubo. What have you got planned for today?
Come on, this way.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
It's the most powerful magic there is.
Head outside to discover incredible animals.
Wow.
And beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure. So grab your loved ones and explore a world of possibilities. Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
My teacher said that we should have a plan in case of an emergency. Do we have one?
First thing I'm going to do is grab a flashlight with dead batteries.
I'm going to start randomly throwing clothes in a bag. You two will be hiding in the closet and Dad won't be able to find you.
And that's when we both start crying.
Uncontrollably. Can you pass the cutlets?
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency, who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311. Brought to you by the New York City Office of Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Bigg's Golf Talk right here on Native Family Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and your Alexa devices. Bigg Jon Vick along with Bill, the GolfFather Cuebas here with you. And several years back, or maybe a couple years, 2 years back, we had a gentleman by the name of Dave Scholes on from Nextlinks, and he had this big idea. Well, this big idea is finally coming to fruition with him, and finally we're going to see some great places with his kind of technology. Nextlinks, an industry leader in technology-driven golf entertainment, recently formed a strategic business partnership with the innovative entertainment and dining enterprise that's Eatertainment Corp, and will soon break ground on the Alliance's first joint project. Here to talk about it, he is the CEO of Nextlinks, Dave Schultz, join us here on the phone line right now. Dave, welcome into Bigg's Golf Talk.
Thanks, Bigg Jon.
Tell us what has been going on since the last time we talked. I mean, I lost track of how long it's been. But we've seen you every year at the PGA show, and you know, you have been exhibiting out there and all that stuff. But now it seems like people are really taking to your ideas.
Yeah, no. So it's been over 3 years, I want to say, Bigg Jon. So you know, we talked over 3 years ago, and the original name for our company was Reality Golf, and it all started, you know, just sort of looking at the Topgolf model and realizing that was going to be how people that don't golf first encounter golf in the future. And, you know, how do we come up with golf access content that would sort of evolve and improve on that model? And, you know, the big thing missing in that model is putting, right? So everybody can putt. And so over the last few years, as we've been developing our technology, you know, it started with this idea of how do you take the whole real game of golf and translate it into an indoor environment. And we had the idea of you play through, you know, a screen golf or a golf simulator and then work your way to the putting green and then play real golf on the putting green into the cup. Sounded like a really good idea to us. And, you know, as we were developing that, you know, we ran into the city of Indian Wells in Palm Springs, and they saw what we were doing with the putting green. So in order to go from the simulator to the putting green, you have to have a way of sort of moving the player, and we came up with this 2 spotlight system. So just imagine an overhead spotlight system with a putting green below it, and one of the lights points to a spot on the green that you put your ball, like a tee box, and the other spotlight either creates like a pattern, like a, you know, dartboard or a beer pong pattern or whatever, and tells you where to play too. You know, in some cases, the second light can just shine over an existing cup, and then it's sort of intuitive that you know you're playing from where the tee box is to where the cup is. And so we won a big project in Palm Springs area with the city of Indian Wells called Shots in the Night, and it was all about just the putting element of it. So we backed away from the screen golf part and just started focusing on making putting greens fun. And but fun in a way, you know, like if you think about miniature golf, you have to walk around, right? So it's not easy to entertain people with food and beverage and keep them in one place with a miniature golf because everybody's on the move. So, you know, the big difference is we have a fixed putting green that has all the shape and contour just like real golf. And then we've created these entertaining games that keep people, you know, in place for 1 or 2 hours playing the games that we invented. And so when we got the project open in Indian Wells, this new company, that's Eatertainment, came down and visited, and they'd been working on a project in Phoenix for 3 or 4 years, a big property, a 60,000 square foot project with 2 20,000 square foot buildings and a big center atrium with a cover over it. And they were looking for how do we activate that center area. And they kind of thought about golf entertainment because they saw what was going on with Topgolf, and they came down and saw what we were doing and immediately knew that that's what they wanted to incorporate. So we're going to put 8,000 square feet of putting green in place in this atrium area, and we're going to do it in a way that nobody has ever really imagined before with these games that I just described. And it's all going to be part of this much bigger entertainment area that's going to have 4 or 5 restaurants in it. You know, the whole project size is about 62,000 square feet. They've got their food and bev and their liquor license so that people can kind of wander around indoors or outdoors, and carry their F&B with them. And, so we're just excited. We're already, you know, we're under construction. So they got the lease. You know, the real estate company or the real estate investment company is Kimco, which is this big, you know, nationally recognized REIT. And so they finally got the lease signed, and they got their capital, and now they've got their contract with us, and we're going to have this thing open by January.
Essentially, how many games are we talking about with this system?
Well, so we've got like 8 standard games now with our putting system. So they're all about. So you just think about bowling, right? That's what we're really doing with putting. Is we're creating games that sort of have the equivalent play like bowling. So when you go out with your group of friends, it takes you like, you know, you're 4 or 5 of you sit in front of an alley, and it takes you like 30 minutes to play one game. So, you know, we've got a game like that, but we've also got games where we can entertain large groups and get a lot of people flowing over the putting green. So it's all about, you know, just taking an existing putting green and creating different types of activities that people can play on it that can either entertain large groups or small groups, depending on how you're doing it, but in a way where they, you know, where they're entertained for, you know, a solid 1 or 2 hours without feeling like they got to move on.
Hey, Biggs, I wanted to find out from Dave, being that this thing's going to be 8,000 square feet, how many people potentially areas are there? So is it 1 station, 2 station, 3? You got 8,000 square feet. How many stations are you going to have?
We're going to have at least 14. So you know, each station can host 8 people. Sort of, if you just think about a station, just like you think about an entertainment, like a hitting bay at a Topgolf, right, where you have a couch. So there'll be 14 of those stations, you know, with 8 people that can get entertained at each station. And then, you know, the way our system works, if you think about a putting green, it can be very large or it can be very small, like one of these stations. But the way that we do our design, you know, if you have a bigger group, you can take over more stations at the same time. And now you get entertained sort of across the stations. The whole area gets utilized. Yeah. So it's a way of entertaining a lot of people or a small group of people on you know, like I said,
a lot of kids.
A lot of kids. And so that's what I've already seen, you know, with our first install at Indian Wells. You go down there and it's just full of birthday parties and all kinds of special events.
Yes, absolutely. It's a great way to introduce people to the game. Because that's where they need to learn. Ideally, that's where the first place they should be. You know, learning how to putt, learning how to. Now, this is strictly putt, correct?
Yeah, this is. But the phase 2 of their plan is the phase 2 of this installation. This site is another building, and so we're going to add, you know, the screen games.
Nice.
In phase 2. So over time, we're going to add the whole element. But this first install is just putting. What's fun about it, I mean, did you guys get to watch any of the Open here last week?
I got to see a little bits and pieces. I was working most of the time, so yeah.
It was on early, but if you were watching that, you know, there were so many short putts that were missed, and it's always the reminder, right? You listen to the commentators, and when a player walks up and taps in that putt that they missed by a couple inches, they're like, you know, the value of that putt is the same as a 350-yard drive.
Yes.
So you get people excited about real putting, right? There's never been any business that I could think of that's created a real putting experience where a traditional golfer like us, where we love, you know, playing the real game, can get that same sensation like we're playing real golf, but in a way where somebody that doesn't golf, you know, can just have fun. And so we just created one service like that.
And like with you guys, we've been talking about this for years with you. You potentially could have, in the industry itself, if anybody would have jumped on, and they're lucky that they're partnering you guys together, your technology and what you are bringing has been lacking in so many areas. Yeah, you can go out here and play this game and that game, just hit. But the biggest thing where everybody fell short was with putting. And you had the technology for several years And you figure, I thought, honestly, that it would have been just recepted a lot better in the beginning, seeing how you can make things happen. And it would make any game, anywhere you virtually could take your product anywhere and fit it in and finish it. You're like the missing piece for so many different industries when it comes to putting where they're falling short. And I was just surprised that it took this long for somebody to realize the potential. I know Indian Wells was a big project last year, but I could only see it growing. The more exposure you get, the bigger this animal is going to get, because I can't see it being contained. It's needed. It's a needed part of anything. You know, if people are going to learn the game, and even if it's in a fun industry like the bowling industry, and that's where golf has gone, to being fun, eating, entertainment, stuff like that, where you can be sitting in the same bay or booth, whatever they want to call them. But putting, it's key. And having,
No, so that's why I love talking to guys like you who have a real, your passion is around golf, like my passion was. But Topgolf really brought golf into the entertainment industry, and it was obvious that that's where people are going to get introduced to the game in the future. And it was obvious that there needed to be putting. And so it took a long time, because anything new, even if it's really a good idea, the market and these driving entertainment companies, right? So when we talked 3 or 4 years ago, it was just Topgolf. Now there's 4 or 5 other guys that are all doing the same thing as Topgolf. Yeah. And nobody really does anything new except for the pioneers, right? The people that can see, there's a missing piece there and it's got to be filled. Turns out, I think there's 2 things. The reason it's slow to get adopted. One, the market conditions are really good. So these Topgolf entertainment places are killing it. And so they don't really necessarily think about, well, what's next, right? How do we improve on it? Because what we're doing right now works so good. So that's part of it, and I kind of thought Topgolf would be the company that would jump in and sort of embrace it. And, they're just a big company that is focused on what they're doing and what they're doing well. And I have a good relationship with them. I introduced our concept to them like 4 years ago. So they get it and they like it. But, like I said, most businesses are just doing their own thing. And our business was exactly built just like you described. I left my 25-year career because I had this idea, and I'm like, holy crud, this is a big idea. But it took 4 years of product development to get the product ready to really, go into the commercial space and kill it. So, just like everybody talks about with an entrepreneurial story or a success story, right? You think it's going to go one way and it never goes the way you expect. So it's been a wild ride, but I went on a one-way journey when I had this idea. I said, man, this is going to happen. It's going to happen with or without me. And I'll be dang, I'm not going to let it happen without me. So, I just had that mindset, and now we've found an entertainment company that was not in the golf space. So that's what's really exciting is,
because you're going to grow together.
Yeah, that's the Eatertainment company. They were not in the golf space. They have their own technology, and they've already been, in business for 5 or 6 years, and they're growing. They just happened to have this project that had a missing sort of hole in it that they didn't know how to fill. And then the minute they ran into our experience, they knew that's how they wanted to fill it. And, and then we just, the other second part of any business relationship or anything is just the people, right? So, we've been getting to know each other for 2 years now, and I just became really confident that this is a business team that can take our product forward and really grow it. So this first project is underway. Like I said, it's been, they've been working on this project for 2 or 3 years, and we just happen to have the lasting to make it all fall into place and click. And so we'll be up and running in early January 2020, so only 6 months from now or less.
That's awesome.
And between now and then, they're going to be getting approached by a lot of other locations and properties, and they're looking around. So they're a company that they understand how to go through the process of, finding a new location, and they have the wherewithal to get it done. So I imagine this is going to grow, and it's going to scale pretty darn quickly from here going forward.
That's awesome. Now, are you involved in the building of all of them? Like, are you going to be on site? Because, I mean, you got the Phoenix site. So I'm sure once they have that one up and running, and say the next one, they just move a little bit west, wherever they can get it to, whether it be California area or going eastward from where you're at. Are you going to be involved in all of them every time, or are you trying to build it where you can go in, set your people up, and not really have to do the day-to-day, or are you still involved in that?
No, so that's the easiest way to think about our product is really like if you think about when you go to a bowling alley, right? Brunswick is the name that comes to mind, right? You see so Brunswick makes the lanes and they make the software that makes the game fun. And so that's our role in the process. That's part of the reason it took a while is, at the beginning, I had to present this vision of being sort of a full entertainment concept so people would understand it. And now we're just focused on really being a software and a technology company to keep, making these games more and more fun. So we're going to be back in the lab enhancing, what we do, our product, and then they're going to be out in front of the customer spreading it around. We realized with, you need to have an operating partner, right? So if you think about like golf courses, they have operating partners like Troon and others. That way the customers get a consistent sort of feel for the service around, the putting experience. So these guys, they're our operator. They're like our Troon, right?
Yes. Awesome. That's good. That's very good to know. And, I wish you the best of luck because, to see you grow has been amazing. We saw the product from the very beginning and we knew you had something there, and we had you on the show because I was part of the show back then when you first started, and watching you grow has been, I won't say that it's been super fast because if you say it really has been steady. I think that's a good word. You've been getting the great products. You're getting the notice. You're getting noticed out there, and people are seeing what you can bring. And sometimes that steady is a lot better than, oh my God, poof, and now all of a sudden, what do I do? So I think you have a long road to continue growing, and I'm going to enjoy watching it.
Yeah, well, we're enjoying doing it. So it all started with just this real, authentic realization that this was needed, right? And I was a product development engineer in my job, so I'm like, well, crap, I could do this. And I didn't realize either, Bill, what a journey it was going to be. We were, we felt like we were ready a couple of years ago, but business is tough, man. People,
it is.
They want to see that you can survive before they embrace you. And
exactly. And you're a survivor.
Yeah, so I didn't know, man. I went on a one-way trip. And you guys thought, we'll leave it at this. Have you guys seen that movie about that guy that climbs El Capitan without a rope? It's called Free Solo. So I was watching that. I was watching that movie like a month ago, and it doesn't even get my blood pressure up because I'm like, that is what I did. So I've been on my own version of El Capitan for the last 4 years, and I finally reached a couple of places where I can sit down.
I think you deserve that nickname, El Capitan. I think you should be the captain. I think that's perfect. I think from now on we will refer to you as El Capitan. I like it.
I love it. I accept.
All right, cool. That's gonna be your new nickname.
Well, Capitan,
I love it, Bill.
We're all out of time here on BiGGs Golf Talk, but how can people follow you and follow the progress of this new project?
Yeah, well, just keep an eye on Nextlinks. We're into the luxury home space now too, so we're looking for home builders and private luxury homeowners that want to start bringing our product indoors. But really look at That's Eatertainment, and Modern Round is the other company to look up because that's a division of That's Eatertainment. So this company in Phoenix is all poised for massive growth. And as soon as the world gets to taste what we're doing in Phoenix, they're going to want it everywhere else.
You heard that, Biggs? As soon as everybody gets a taste of Eatertainment.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, hopefully we can get them on the show one day, so and help spread the word, especially since you guys are teaming up together. I think they'd fit nicely.
Well, you guys were, I always say there's early adopters, right? Whenever you're doing something new, it's always like about math, and you have these really early adopters that see it. And you two were the earliest, man. You spotted it on our very first press release, 3.5 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's really fun now talking to you guys because we know each other. We've been going through the journey together.
Absolutely. Dave Schultz, thank you so much for joining us here at Bigg's Golf Talk, and obviously, once again, wish you nothing but the best of luck on your newest adventure.
Thank you, Bigg Jon. Thanks, Bill.
All right, have a great one, brother.
You too, man.
More Bigg's Golf Talk coming your way right after this.
Have you ever seen a tour pro line up a putt with a dirty ball? No way. A clean ball rolls accurately, and accurate putts mean lower scores. The solution? Ready Putt. It's the putter cover reinvented. Ready Putt has a patented ball cleaner that's made to absorb and retain water. All you need to do is add water, and it remains wet throughout your round, giving your ball the perfect shine. It also has a magnetic surface to hold your ball marker and divot repair tool. Let's say you switch putters from round to round using a blade, mid-mallet, or large mallet. Ready Putt Original has you covered. Look, putting is hard enough. Accurate putts start with a clean ball, and a clean ball starts with Ready Putt.
For more information about Ready Putt, visit ReadyPutt.com. That is ReadyPutt.com. Clean it and sink it. The Spider Divot Tool's revolutionary new design is better for greens and makes ball mark repairs easy. No sharp ends or dirt in your pocket, the Spider achieves amazing results with little or no skill. With a simple push-pull action, the Spider makes ball marks disappear quicker and better for a smoother putting surface. The Spider includes a magnetic ball marker and is made of milled aluminum to last a lifetime. It also makes a great gift for your next tournament and that special golfer who has it all. The Spider tool from Instagolf is a must-have in every golfer's bag. For more information about the Spider Divot Tools, their website is www.spiderdivottools.com and enter promo code BIGG Golf Talk to get 10% off your purchase. www.spiderdivottools.com. The Spider Divot Tools is the official divot tool of Bigg's Golf Talk. Welcome back to Bigg's Golf Talk right here on Native Family Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and your Alexa devices. Bigg Jon Vick along with the GolfFather, Bill Cuebas. And Billy, a couple weeks ago, we had a chance to sit down and talk to one of the founders of OnCore Golf, Brett Blakely, and talk about a legendary giveaway, sweepstakes, if you will, that they have going on, and some great prizes as well. Prizes including golfing with two great legends, and other prizes as well, like Ernst Sports, the ES 2020 Golf Launch Monitor, the Club Golf Package, OnCore Golf Package, and the GolfShot Pro app by GolfShot. And Billy, you know me, I believe in supporting sponsors of our sponsors and supporters of those like giveaways that we are seeing with OnCore Golf. And by the way, for more information about the giveaway, head over to www.oncoregolf.com/sweeps, SWEEPS, sweeps. Some great prizes, including this golf app, Bill. And I had a chance to use this golf app as a free app, and I've had a chance to use it as a paid member. And you actually know somebody that uses this app as well, pretty much religiously. GolfShot, the best golf, well, one of the best golf apps out there, I think, because of what they have to offer. And who is it that you have that really uses this religiously, Bill?
One of the guys that was on our show last week, none other than Randy Miller. He's been using it religiously for years. He consistently is a true believer in tracking everything. And honestly, that was one of the main reasons when all the opportunities came up with Golf Tech and following this story and everything with him and deciding to pick him was because his dedication. He wanted it. I mean, he was tracking everything, even though I knew it was wrong, what he was playing, and he wasn't able to play to his ability. He was still tracking everything, his putts, his chips,
his club, everything, and he was looking back. Hey, Bill, look at this. I'm like, okay, yeah, wait till you get real clubs. And watching it still happen now, and his ability to use his past statistics with his new statistics that he's getting, and the new ranges of these new clubs, because everything. I actually, the story that I'm working on, Big, is called The Rebirth of Randy Miller, and it, having that data, even though because like I said, he's sending it to me, and I'm going to use it, so it's perfect to have that. It tracks everything that he's doing, and when you have somebody that's religiously doing what they want to improve themselves, it's priceless, and I like it. Just so happened that we're going to have them on as a guest. It wasn't planned that way. It happened to be a sponsor, contest that they were part of our sponsors. But I think it works perfect, and it's coming to full circle. And I'm going to use whatever we talk about now in my written write up about the whole thing in the process, because it deserves to be mentioned.
Absolutely. Absolutely, and just to give you everybody an idea of what GolfShot is all about, it's just not a golf GPS app. It really isn't.
No.
It's a resource app for all golfers, booking tee times, lessons, videos, keeping track of your stats. Yes, obviously the obvious, using the app on the golf course to get your distance, layups, greens, whatever the case might be. And like I said in the beginning, I had a chance to use the free version. The free version included the distance to the center of the green. It tracked and recorded each shot in my club that I used, some in-depth statistics, 3D hole and course flyover previews. But the difference between the pro one and the free one with the 3D course flyover was when I do the 3D course flyover with the paid one, it has my suggested clubs that I'm going to be using during that hole. So I could plan ahead, search and book Golf Now tee times on the free one, save and share rounds with friends on the free version. But the more powerful features are obviously with the paid version, like any other app out there. You get real-time distances to all keys, hazards, targets on each hole of 40,000-plus courses across the country. On-the-spot club recommendations based on game performance. So each time you're golfing, that can be adjusted. Link your GIN number to post scores right to your handicap index. Advanced scoring with Skins, Nassau, and match play games. That's also what I like about it because I play in my league. So I tested this app, the paid version part of it, in the league in my round. And it actually calculated because we get two different points. So I get points for net score, but I also get points for match play. And I'm able to do both. So I'm able to track the stroke play, and it also tracks the match play. So right away, I don't have to go in a pro shop and get the scorecard. Oh, okay, I got one this hole, this hole. I can automatically open up my GolfShot app, and it tells me, yes, you were one up on the total round. So that's what I like about it too. Dynamic 3D flyover previews for each hole with club recommendations, as I mentioned before, overlays that just little tags on there when it actually does the flyover. You can zoom in and pan targets for better course management. Many money-saving benefits from partners that they are involved in. I have reached out to GolfShot, and right now on the phone line we have the Executive Vice President and General Manager, Alex Flores, that is joining us on the phone line to tell us more about it because he can actually speak more to the technical aspect of it. And Alex, welcome to Bigg's Golf Talk, my friend.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
I got to tell you, a big difference from the free version to becoming a member of the GolfShot Pro community. And pretty much that's what GolfShot is. GolfShot is a community. Did I describe that earlier when I said this is not just a GPS app, but it is a resource app for all the golfers out there?
Yeah, I think you covered it all. From our perspective, we built GolfShot to be kind of an all-encompassing, kind of one-stop shop place where golfers can go and manage and keep track of their game, as well as, ultimately to what, you guys were saying about your example of the fellow that's been using it religiously, kind of become almost your personal caddy to a degree, right? Not all of us have the time or the money or the opportunities to go play with a real caddy on the course right there by our side. And And this kind of fits that mold of what we're trying to accomplish for our users worldwide, in the fact that, you use it and you can really get some insightful data from it. You can really get some real, valuable on-course information. To your point about the flyover preview, you can even prepare for your round. And then while you're on the course, you can see, with the pro version, some real-time, distance information that we think, we're kind of the best in the business of doing. But yeah, I think you encapsulate it very well, and the example really shows, the value in what GolfShot can be for our golfers and our members, on a worldwide basis.
And Billy, let me tell you, the flyover is not some cheap Google Maps. They take a Google map and
I've seen it.
This is an augmented and 3D. So what it does, it flies over the top, and then it circles around the green, so you can see the area of the green, and you kind of get an idea. I mean, so there's nothing else but this hole that you're seeing. So you're seeing the rough, you're seeing the traps, you're seeing the shape of the green. I mean, I've never seen an app out there, and I've used many apps, as you have, Billy. We have tested.
We test a lot out. Yep.
And this app, I mean, is amazing, especially with that flyover, with that 3D. And I'll tell you what, Alex, that's impressive.
Yeah, no, I think we are the only ones to do it that way. We do, going back to the technology, we do, take data points from courses and then come up with that view for you. And yeah, it's not something that we just grab a map view and say, here you go. We've actually put some time into it to give you that kind of 3D look and feel, so it really enhances what you're looking at, because you want it to mimic what you're going to experience on the course, obviously. So we want to put that amount of detail to it, so you can see, if you have the pro version, if you can see all the hazards, you can see, all the other distances in relation to your own abilities, meaning your distances, your clubs. So we want to tie that all together for you in one view to say, hey, I've never played this course before, but I can, come onto it a little bit smarter, a little bit more prepared, versus just looking at a static, course book. And this really does that for you, and we get a lot of great feedback from it and from our users who, a lot travel all over the world to play different courses, and, they're not near it, and this is the best thing to being on the course that they have.
With the GolfShot.
And BiGGs.
Yeah, go ahead, Bill.
I'm sorry. Well, it was funny because I know we were talking about Randy earlier, so I decided to check my messages because he's decided to share his stuff with me during the week, and it just happened that he did it the other day when he golfed last week. Well, not last week, a couple of days at Heritage Isle, and I didn't even realize it. This is actually from GolfShot, so it's the GolfShot scorecard. And it has his name. It has Heritage Isle, the golf club. It has everything. His distances, his handicap per each hole, the par. It has color-coded from gray, green, black, red for every score, red being that he birdied the hole. Where was his penalties? It kept track of the plus throughout the whole round on both sides. It has his net score. It has his handicap score. It has this thing has everything. Putts, penalties. I'm looking at. I didn't even realize it had all the stuff that it has in here, and that's where it comes to the knowledge and having that. And that's in addition to him being able to look at his phone and see the aerial shots and what he's doing in real time. So it's really a great tool for what he's doing. You know what I mean? I think it helps golfers do so much more by having that kind of information right there, right in front of you in real time.
Well, for those people that don't like to look at their phone as well, they also have a voice assistant where the voice assistant, you can leave your phone in the cart, you can leave it in your golf bag, and get the distances just by asking Siri. Isn't that right, Alex?
Correct, yeah. We just released a Siri integration where you can literally ask Siri, or GolfShot through Siri, I should say, hey, what's my distance to the green? And you'll get a response saying, you're 175 yards out. We recommend hitting your, Nike 7-iron, and we even personalize it to that degree of what your club brand is and what the club is. So we're definitely the first to put that out there. On iOS at the moment, we're looking to add it onto the Android side of the house here in the near future. But yeah, you can now literally, talk to GolfShot in a sense and get your information that you need without having to, pull out your phone for every, every shot or every time you want some information. We also have, great integrations with wearables. So with Apple Watch, with Android Wear watches, as well as some visual wearables with a partnership with Bose. Their new Bose AR frames, we do an integration with them so you can get voice information through the glasses. But again, yeah, if you want to kind of have a hands-free experience, like, hey, I don't even want to mess with my phone today, we have a number of different options for golfers to use GolfShot, whether it be with a certain watch, with just a voice, assistant, if you will, or through, these augmented reality frames that we've partnered with Bose to do this through as well. So a number of different options depending on, how tech-savvy our golfers are, which we have a lot of them that are. We see about 30 to 40% of our golfers use a wearable to start their rounds, so that keeps growing year by year, and we love to see that people are taking advantage of the technology that we're innovating with.
I'll tell you, I was shocked, I guess I could say, when I pulled up to the second hole onto the tee box, and she spoke to me automatically. I didn't even have to ask her, but you have to, I guess, set that setting, and I did. So when I pulled up, she actually said, this hole is 336 yards. We recommend you using your Cobra Speedback 1 wood, and it was just, and my friend in the cart said, what was that? I said, oh, it's this app I'm testing out here. And he goes, wow, that was cool.
Right.
Something else.
Yeah, it definitely makes it a lot easier because I know from my playing experience, I'm always looking for the tee box marker and like, okay, how far do we got here? What do I need to be planning for? So it makes it a lot easier just to hear it and and you're ready to go.
Absolutely. Something unique also that you guys have, and I want to talk about this because it was amazing when I seen it. The GolfScape AR, the augmented reality feature that you guys have.
Yep. Yeah, that's definitely unique to us. There's no other GPS app that does this. So we, kind of quick story on it. Back in 2009, we were the first, one of the first apps in the world to do GolfScape, or an augmented reality view, using an application, and we won an Apple award for that back in 2009. Since then, the app kind of did different things, but we rebuilt it 2 years ago to be integrated right within GolfShot. So now any GolfShot user, free or paid member, has access to GolfScape. And yeah, to your point, what we're doing here is taking technology from Apple, integrating it into our app, and producing a view through your own camera to show you an augmented reality view of hazards, of distances to hazards, to the hole, and any type of distance information that we can provide, based off your subscription. And it really gives you a new way of literally looking at things. And for us, it's been kind of at first it was a novelty thing, but it's gained a lot of traction, and people enjoy really looking at it that way because it gives you a whole new perspective on, okay, am I going to lay up? Am I going to go for it? All these decisions you need to make while you're playing. This view really helps enhance, the visual component of it to help you make the smartest decision possible.
Also, something else that you guys have, people can actually book tee times right from the app, which is great. Is this an engine that you guys have refined, or are you powered by something regarding these tee times?
So we have a really good partnership with Golf Now. So they're the engine behind the tee times, but we did do our own kind of integration to present our GolfShot members with kind of unique discounts. So everywhere that Golf Now has inventory to book tee times, we present that inventory, and then we, based off our kind of own relationship, we have specific types of deals for our members. But yeah, this is something we've had probably for the past 4 years. And as Golf Now continues to expand, their reach and their inventory throughout the world, we're letting more and more GolfShot members, book tee times. Because like I said, we're a worldwide app. We were probably the first golf app to be localized in 12 different languages. We have about 5 million users worldwide that would love to take advantage of some of these other features. But again, it's kind of either working through partners or kind of trying to build it out on our own on a worldwide basis. But tee times are definitely something that we had been asked for, and again, going back to that idea of being the all-in-one kind of place for golfers to do everything, it was a good fit for us.
GolfShot Free Edition. We discussed GolfShot Pro with the powerful features versus the Free Edition, but you guys also have a third plan, which is GolfShot Pro, the golf plan, the ultimate combo. Talk about the difference between that and the Pro.
Yeah, so GolfShot is free to download. Anybody can go to the App Store or Google Play, download for free, try it for free. You even get, as you mentioned, get a 7-day free trial of GolfShot Pro, which is our premium set of features. And if you choose to, you can upgrade into GolfShot Pro. Now, with GolfShot, the free version, you get kind of the basic information, distance to the center of the green, basic scoring functionality, and some basic other kind of statistical information that you can monitor. Obviously, going into our Pro membership, you get a lot more enhanced features. You get things like those club recommendations you were talking about that tie into the flyover preview, advanced scoring, and some other functions through other partnerships. Like with Golf Now, you get exclusive other discounts on tee times. And then being a Pro member, you can purchase or link your gin handicap through us. We have a strategic partnership with the USGA, and through that, we're able to let people in certain regions purchase gin handicaps, but then throughout the U.S. Link their handicaps. So, we provide a lot more value in the Pro version, and you get a lot more benefits, not only from us, but from our partners.
There you go. 20 winners have a chance to win a year subscription for the free and renews after 1 year at a certain price, but you can win a free membership to the GolfShot Pro. 20 winners will be selected at OnCoreGolf.com/sweeps, and you can enter there in a winner, and the contest ends on September 1st. Alex Flores, thank you so much for joining us here on Bigg's Golf Talk, and we certainly recommend GolfShot to the golfers out there if they're looking to improve their game, looking for an app that has an all-in-one type service as far as, tee times and certainly different features that other apps do not have with your app. So we really recommend them trying GolfShot out. So thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, great. Thank you. It's been awesome.
We didn't get a chance to talk about because we ran out of time, but on the wearable features, like on my Apple Watch, I don't have to install anything on my Apple Watch. As soon as I launch the app and I'm playing golf, it automatically shows on my Apple Watch. So I just wanted to mention that too. Yeah. There was no extra tricks that you have to do as long as you have whatever need to be enabled on your Apple Watch. I didn't have to install anything on my Apple Watch. Automatically showed the yardage and the hole and everything else. So, just
and look how much fun you had. You're only able to play that one round during your free trial, and you still enjoyed all the stuff that you can. And it's it's going to bring so much more for you.
If you want to go online, you can check out more information. GolfShot.com is their website. GolfShot.com, and it actually tells you all the features they have. We'll be right back, right after this.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So Mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops. The rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable, but how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
How's it going? I'm having a stroke. Are you going to shake my hand? I'm having a stroke. Wow, you're not even moving your arm. I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
As we tee it up here on the 18th hole, welcome back to Bigg's Golf Talk on Native Family Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and on your Alexa devices. Bigg Jon Vic, the GolfFather, Bill Cuebas, and back with us is Amanda, the Golf Diva Robertson. She had to take a little time off to go take care of some business, but she made it back for our last segment and our round table discussion. Typically, we have this segment for our Biggs product of the week, but we felt the need because it's such a big topic right now. And we were so busy with our show, with guests and things, that we didn't get a chance to talk about it. We decided to use this segment to talk about CBD oil, or the product CBD, and the pros, the cons, and the misconceptions of what CBD is. We had somebody on to talk about CBD oil, and I have a little information as far as that goes that our guest provided to us. But Amanda, it seems to me that you've really dabbled into this and looking into this and the pros and cons of it. Let's get into it. CBD oil, what does it do for you?
Well, I think, as I mentioned a little bit on par with Amanda, so the misconception from a lot of people is that CBD oil is actually going to get you high, and it's actually the same thing as you smoking or, just straight marijuana, but it's not. So it's the cannabis, it's a different strand of the cannabis. So it's strictly for medicinal purposes. And a lot of people are finding huge benefits from epilepsy to simple things like back pain or, any type of pain like that. It is really helping. It's helping people sleep better. It's helping. I do not take any CBD products. And so that was my big disclaimer on my thing. While I do not take it, I have, looked into it and I've read about it and I've heard a lot of counts about people that it's really helped. And so it's interesting to me to see where the USGA stands on all of this.
Billy, your thought on it?
Well, our guest was Preston Aguilera, and we met him during our trip and stuff like that. And he gave us a lot of information on Ultracell, and which is Zialis is the company. And we've actually had I've had several people reach out to us for different companies on doing the CBD oil for the show and stuff like that. But you think about it, and you have to make sure that you're getting. You have to do your research. In my point, because at least we knew with the ultrasound, we got all the information. We know that it's 94% bio available. We know that it's it's organic hemp. It's not sent because hemp is you could use it to do certain things to clean the ground and absorb certain things, and then some companies can use whatever they're cleaning up to make this hemp. So you got to be really careful on the companies that you choose because you don't know what you're putting in. So you have to go with somebody that's certified, something that's organic, that's United States Department approved, because they're out there. But you also have the companies that aren't out there. So I would suggest, hey, do this, do that. I did get a couple of samples, because I can't use it because of the medication that I'm on. You can work around it, but I like you. I haven't tried it, but I have given it to people to actually try, and I've been monitoring it with them, and they have been giving me. I have not gotten anything that has been negative. I've had people that have had positive reactions literally within 30 seconds. I've had people that have their neck pain or their knee pain or their ankle pain disappear within 4 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So it has fluctuated, but I mean, some people have felt it instantly. Others have taken a little bit longer. I guess it might vary on the severity of what they're feeling or the ailment is. I've had people that have taken it because they're suffering from anxiety. And I say, well, I want you to try this. And what you normally do, I want you to continue to do and take, and then try this. And it's been amazing. The feedback that these people are saying, hey, this thing made me feel better. This thing made me sleep better. This thing cut down my anxiety. I was getting hyper in this. I took it under, I guess you put the strain under your tongue. You let it sit there maybe 10, 15 seconds. Then you swallow, you go about your business. And it helps relax the mood. Everything changes for them, which I think is great. And nobody's felt loopy, crazy, high. Nobody's coming back. Oh, I got the munchies. None of that stuff. So if it's helping people with seizures, it's helping people that are in chronic pain. You know what? I'm for it. I mean, right now I have not heard anything negative. And yeah, I think the great thing, as long as you go with a reputable company, and there are a lot of companies out there that if you read the ingredients, it's not quite what everybody believes it is. You just got to be careful. Do your homework, do your research. There's a lot of information on Google. You know, if you reach out to us, we can hook you up with more information. Reach out to Bigg's Golf Talk. You know, send us an email. We'll send you some more information, more sites that you can check out where we know that these companies are legit on up and up, and you're going to know exactly what you're getting.
Right.
Well, here's my thought on this whole thing with CBD oil. Like you said, Billy, is how do you know a certain company is legit?
Exactly.
Now, you and I did some homework before we even had Preston Aguilera on our show.
Absolutely. Yeah, okay. You know how we felt about that. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Because we do not want to ever attach Bigg's Golf Talk or anybody that is our sponsors, the representatives of Bigg's Golf Talk, the staff here at Bigg's Golf Talk, to be representing a product that is not legitimate.
Exactly.
Correct.
So what we did was we did our homework before, and this was weeks of homework, weeks of research regarding the company. And I'm sorry, the company has slipped by me. Billy, you know the company's name. That press Zillus.
Yeah, it's Zillus, the Ultra company. Yes.
And like you said, Billy, you got samples. You had other people try it, so we know that Zillus is a legitimate company and legitimate product. When it comes to CBD oil, supplements itself can be iffy. You know, like it could be tricky. So whenever we have to have a supplement on the show, you know, we have to make sure that that particular supplement is legitimate. You know, like you know, you see it all the time, folks, on social media, pop-ups and stuff like that. Lose weight in 13 days. You can lose 11 pant sizes in 14 days, whatever the case might be.
Yeah.
You know, so you always have to do your homework. You know, you always have to do research to find out about that particular supplement. CBD oil seems to be making a track, and like Billy says, I have received emails after emails from different CBD companies, CBD oil companies, that want to be sponsors on this show. And I have turned them down because I don't have enough information about their company. So just because they say CBD oil necessarily doesn't mean that they are doing the right thing in that supplement. So just make sure, like we did our homework, like I said, with Zillus. And Zillus, with all the research that we have and everything else, they are legitimate.
Yes.
Billy, you're testifying and you're giving a testimonial to some people that have tried Zillus. I haven't tried it yet. I love to because obviously I'm 52 and I just suffer from pain just getting up in the morning. But you know, from my understanding and talking to other people about it too, not only does it help with joint pain and things like that, but helps you sleep at night.
Yes, that's one of the biggest things that I've heard. The relaxing factor to it. You know what I mean? You hear about the stories of how it alters, you know, how your brain, it just relaxes you. And it's funny when you see the people and I, you know, I have a couple of friends that they're edgy all the time. and they have trouble sleeping, and they have the PTSD kind of stuff going on, and they took it, and they actually like, wow, I got to sleep. It was actually good. I actually got to sleep. It relaxed my mind. And then you try to think, wow, well, how is it doing it? And then you figure, you're going to have the people like with now people using it on tour. We've seen, I believe, Phil Mickelson, put a couple of dabs, what allegedly look like CBD oil. You have people that are coming out that are using it. And then it's like, the skeptics are like, well, does it alter their ability to play better? That can go either way. If you're in pain and you use something to dabble that pain and it's not affecting your DNA, your chemical balance or anything else like that, I would say no. If I can perform at this level and it's not raising that performance of level, it's just taking my pain away. Right. So I don't believe that it's enhancing anything. And you have people, it enhances this and that. No, it's not. I don't think it's enhancing by making you feel better. So people are, well, if it makes you feel better, you're improving the way you can perform, and you can do this and you can do that. So on the sports side, maybe, I don't know. More is probably going to come of it later on. But I think if you're in pain, it's just like using tape. If you're using the tape to help you perform when you're playing, tennis or you're golfing or you're bowling, and you put on one of those arm things, we're all using things to take away the pain so we can play up to our potential. I don't believe that it's to do better. So yeah, I think it's a good benefit so far, and I'm becoming more and more of a believer in it because I'm seeing the effects that it's having on people. And I've been waiting for somebody to say, it didn't do nothing, but I haven't had one yet.
Amanda, you did that report last week, but the key thing about CBD oil is the proper application of it. So you got to make sure you follow the directions and follow the usage of it too. Isn't that right?
Yes, and that's the thing. So USGA is basically, like you said, treating it like a supplement. So it's legal, 100% legal, but you are responsible to make sure that the quality of product that you're getting is what you think you're getting. So if you go out and you pay, this guy under the table for this CBD oil that you don't really know if it's pure, like Bill was saying, where it's organic and it's made and you know where it's coming from and that there's nothing else laced in it. So what USGA is saying is if we come by and we randomly drug test you and you come up positive, even if it's CBD oil, you're going to be responsible for it. So, and I think in general, like a lot of people don't pay attention to the quality of the supplement they're taking. So, I guess to kind of play off what Bill said about people saying that it could enhance because it's making you feel better. But I mean, I could say that the same thing about Motrin or Aleve.
Right.
Exactly.
So it's like I choose to take that because I have a backache. Well, it allows me to go out and compete and play. So, it's funny because a lot of people, I think, I've had a few people say, well, isn't that stereotypical because you don't take any of that and you don't, but I don't think you necessarily have to take something to not think it's terrible. Right, exactly. I just don't have any reasons at the moment to take it. But that doesn't mean that I don't understand that there are people suffering very badly. And like I said, there's a couple guys on tour that were sleep tracking and they noticed that their sleep patterns changed almost instantaneously. And so I think it's a breakthrough for the golf industry and we're going to see a lot more people start to use it.
Well, here's my take on it, too, as far as the enhancement part of it. You mentioned a good part about Motrin, Advil, Tylenol. You're taking that to enhance your natural ability. So you might be having some back pain. You might be having some knee pain. You might be having some elbow pain when you're golfing. You take something to enhance your natural ability. And, ibuprofen does that. But there's a lot of side effects. You take too much ibuprofen, you could get an ulcer. Trust me. Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the guy that gets up in the morning and I'm taking six Advil at a time.
Right.
Yeah. If I could just take 1 or 2 drops of CBD oil and it's all natural and it's organic and I have no after effects and I have no risk of ulcers, bleeding ulcers or, chewing up my insides, my stomach, then why not? If it can have the same effect as ibuprofen or anything like that, then why not? And it's natural and it's organic, just to enhance my natural ability, my natural energy. I'm not trying to get 200 pounds all muscle. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to enhance my natural energy.
Life. Yes, your natural life. It could change from what I'm seeing. And if you read and do research, it's changing people's lives.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just like you, Biggs, you have your ailments. Can you imagine, waking up in the morning or at night, whatever, and you go and you hit yourself with one droplet of CBD oil. You go to sleep, you wake up, and now instead of you tossing and turning, and like so many of us do, that we can't sleep or something, or we have a terrible sleep pattern, and now all of a sudden, Biggs is getting a solid 7-8 hours of sleep. Your body's getting to rest. I mean, the impact they can have life-wise, you're not going to be as grouchy. You're not going to be as this and that. You're not going to be in the pain. And if it's helping with it, so be it. I mean, and it's not illegal, I'm all for it.
I'm all for it, too.
Right.
All right. We're pretty much out of time here on Bigg's Golf Talk. And if you have any comments or suggestions or anything about CBD oil, love to hear from you on social media. And see what your thoughts on. We'll make a post up and see what your
And you know what, Biggs?
What's up?
For our guests, if they have any questions, send them to us. We could forward them
and get
to
them
Preston.
answered. Yes.
Yeah, we can get them answered by a professional. So send in your questions. Listen to last week's show on Amanda on Par, where she brought up the subject. That gave us our round table. Shoot us your questions, everything. We'll get them answered by a professional.
All right. There you go. You have it right there. Well, that does it for Bigg's Golf Talk. For the GolfFather, Bill Cuebas. For the Golf Diva, Amanda Robertson, I'm Bigg Jon Vick. Thanks for listening to Bigg's Golf Talk. We'll see you next week. Good golfing, and you matter.